Xbox Live Arcade triple pack for the Xbox 360. But is this any good? Let's have a look at that.
This neat little package has 3 games that are only available for download through Xbox Live: Trials HD, Limbo and Splosion Man. Trials HD, released in 2009, looks basic, but trust me, it's a lot of fun, and a lot harder than it may look. There are 35 courses in the game and they are broken down into difficulty sections. And although this is a 3D style game, it actually controls like a 2D game, so you only need to press left or right to move. You'll start on very easy, just to get a feel for the controls and handling. As you progress, things start to get more challenging. The terrain gets steeper and the jumps get higher. But it's not just about going full throttle and making it to the end. You need to get a feel for the bike and work out when to accelerate and when to push forward or pull back. Leaning forward up slopes will stop you from flipping arse over tit, and pulling back whilst going downhill will stop your face smashing into the ground. But don't think you can be cocky and steam your way through this. It takes a lot of skill to balance and get the throttle just right to make it through. If you fail, then you'll get blown across the room. Fortunately, there are plenty of checkpoints along the way, so you won't have to go back to the start each time you fail. And trust me, you'll fail over and over, but it doesn't become frustrating, oddly enough. And to make it a bit harder, you'll need to use a bike that has more power in later levels, as without the power, you won't be able to get up the slopes. Make it to the end and it's straight on to the next stage. If you just want a bit of fun, then you can fail as much as you like, as long as you reach the finish. For those who want perfection, you can play each level and try to get the best time and go for no faults at all. This game is a great one to have. It's not a huge game, but there's plenty of fun and plenty of laughs too. In 2010, Limbo was available for download, and this was definitely not like any game you'd seen before. You play as an unnamed boy who's looking for his sister. He awakens in Limbo and goes on the hunt for his sister, but not without many dangers on the way. The boy can only run, jump a short height, and push or pull objects. There are many hazards and puzzles around, so you need to look closely and use common sense to get through. With some hazards being unknown, or not immediately obvious, you'll find you'll die before you know what needs to be done, like the bear trap that you don't see the first time will cut you in half. But the checkpoints are never far away, so it's just trial and error before you can get past them. The puzzles get more complicated and most of the time it's a matter of timing, and you'll die a lot trying to get it right. Deaths like falling down pits, objects hitting you, and drowning are here, but the deaths can become quite gruesome, like being impaled by a spider's leg, or cut up by a saw blade, or mashed in a giant press. This kinda reminds me of the Wii version of A Boy and His Blob, except this is far more sinister. The black and white grainy graphics make it look creepy as hell, and with no music and the odd sound effect, this is one great edge of the seat horror games. You really have to use your brain to work out what you need to do. I got stuck for ages at the start trying to cross the water on the crate, but I kept falling in the water and drowned. Until you realise you don't actually go in the water at all. You just need to move the crate to the tree and climb up.
I'm not joking, I must have spent at least half an hour trying to get through that bit.
It can be completed in about an hour if you know what you're doing, but it's still a great game. Even repeating the same section to figure out what you need to do doesn't get too frustrating. Knowing that you're on the right track and that it can be accomplished will keep you stuck to it. It's also available on other platforms. I have it on the Switch too. It's less than a tenner, but I waited for the discount to come on, and I ended up getting it for 89p. And at that price, it's basically giving it away. Splosion Man was released in 2009. You play as a science experiment in the form of a man who escapes and blows up everything in his path. But here, you use yourself to blow up things. It's a 2.5D platform game, and you run through each stage and explode to jump. You can jump 3 times in a row before burning out. Stand still or cling to a wall to recharge. There are items that you can explode next to, like explosive barrels which will catapult you higher, and ones that light up will fire you across corridors to escape danger. You don't have to, but you can blow up the scientists too, just for fun, and they turn into chunks of meat when you kill them. There aren't any collectibles along the way or any kind of power-ups, but you can find a big cake for extra points. This game is basic, but highly addictive. There are 50 levels and 3 bosses to beat. You don't need to think hard about what to do, like you would in Limbo, so you can just charge through and think about it when you come to a wall. If you can't get hold of this game, you can always download the alternate version called Splosion, which is also available on the Switch. This game is a lot of fun, explosive fun you might say. But is this game any good? Overall, this package is worth the money. It has 3 completely different style games, and personally I think they're all great. And it's nice to have all these games on physical media, and know that they will never be taken away like some download only games do. It's roughly around £15 as of today, still worth every penny.
Thanks for watching. If for some strange reason you like my videos, please consider subscribing so I don't feel so unpopular. Do you know what I mean?